Thomas going to the outside on that set. Healy unloads a cannon.
Bedford still alive. What a volley. McCarthy with the block. There's the tip. Played by Bedford. Nice kill from Connell.
Final hit for that game-winning point.
Allard.
And there it goes.
To McCarthy. Gets the win.
There it is.
Lana McCarthy puts it away. And welcome to Hackler Fieldhouse and Gymnasium here in Derry, the gymnasium of Pinkerton Academy. I'm Harry Kozlowski coming to you here live to bring you the division.
And I'm Bill Klein, and I'm on board too.
Is with me as well with doing color. They are now introducing the players on the field, on the court, and we will begin playing shortly. Bill, we got the privilege of seeing the semifinals of how both these teams got here, and they were tremendously exciting contests. Pinkerton Academy, the number 3 seed in this tournament, had to come from behind. They were down 2-0 to number 2 seed Goffstown.
And Harry, that was the biggest thing that I saw. This is Bill Klein, by the way. I'm not sure that my name was
I did mention. I mentioned you, Bill.
Yeah, that was my. I presumed, having seen a few games this season, Goffstown, who was ranked number 2, and Bedford, Goffstown, and Andrew Fenn back in the studio. Bill Jennings here in the gymnasium. Andrew may have popped up the bracket for us to show you that, and we were the only team. Bedford, I'm saying that we right now, even though we're also on radio. We are on a huge run. Harry's done some stats on that. And the biggest thing is the fact that in that bracket, you can see that this was a perfect bracket going into the semis with Bedford number 1, Goffstown 2, and of course that upset over there. And the game the other night, like Harry was saying, was both games were incredible. They lasted longer, 2 of the longest games that I've seen this entire season.
Yeah, well, Bedford got pushed to 5 sets as well by Bishop Girton.
Only the second time the entire season, Harry.
Number 4 seed.
The second time the entire season.
Right, exactly.
Bedford being pushed to 5 games.
And this is game number. There's an incredible winning streak that the Bulldogs have been on ever since they won their. Ever since they lost the championship 5 years ago to Hollis Brookline, they've won 4 straight. And the semifinal game was game number 100. They won in a row. This is game 101. Should they win this one?
We're going to pause for the national anthem. So Bedford here looking for their 5th championship in a row. And Pinkerton Astros have been to the finals only twice in the past, and the last time was 2014. Prior to that, 2008. The largest school by far in Division I, and Bedford, 5 appearances, 4 consecutive championships in the finals. Absolutely amazing. Girls are shaking hands right now before we start in just a few minutes. The officials today, we've got the 4 official system. Head official, our number 2, is on the floor. And the 2 linesmen with the flags try to help make the calls as accurate as they possibly can.
Teams are huddling up. Bedford getting together one more time before the opening serve. While the Astros, dressed in white and red, break up their huddles, and we are ready to go here.
This is the first-year coach, Naomi, for the Bedford side. Todd Royce is the head coach, standing along the sidelines for the Astros with his dad, Bob Royce, longtime athletic director here.
Bedford will begin on the left-hand side of the court, and they will have the serve. And McKenna O'Connell will do the honors. And we are ready to go here. NHIAA Championship Division I for volleyball. Pinkerton, spike. Here's Falvey over the net. Gets it over. Pinkerton. That was McIntyre with the spike. Oh, great dig there by Pinkerton. They managed to get it back over. O'Connell sets up number 12.
First point goes to the Bulldogs. Bedford picks up the first point. What'll be 3 initial sets, first to 3.
Ferlin had that spike, and Bedford just served again. Pinkerton over the net. Oh, and a little miscommunication there between Falvey and her teammate. They let the ball hit the ground, and Miller is credited with that point. Kaylee Miller, number 6 for Pinkerton. We're all tied at 1.
In the regular season, Pinkerton lost to Goffstown. Another reason why I thought that we'd probably be seeing Goffstown out here today.
Misplay there by Bedford. A bad setup forced O'Connell to hit the ball oddly. Went out of bounds. Point for Pinkerton. They lead 2-1 here in the first set. Jones serve. O'Connell setting up. There's the dink shot. Pinkerton spike blocked by Falvey. Point Bedford.
I know right now we're live on the radio, but when the video broadcast of this goes out in something like 24 hours, you'll see the play. If you compare this so far, Henry, to the way the Bedford side played the other day, it looks like the blocking might be a little bit better in the set so far, even though it's only been a few points. Looks good.
The serve dug out. That's Andrade. Bedford returns. Falvey. Pinkerton plays it out of bounds. Bedford gets the point. They now lead 3-2. And Madeline Fennessy has the serve for the Bulldogs.
All the games that we saw earlier this week in the semis, almost all of them went to close to a total of over 40 points per game. Scores were as high as 26.
Fennessy serve, unfortunately, out of bounds, giving the point to the Astros, and they have the serve now. All tied up to 3. Montgomery to Allard. Her spike is inbounds, and point goes to Bedford. They lead 4-3.
Well struck, full arm swing up over the net, and that is able to work out like that when you got a set that's perfect as well. Great job.
Here's Aubrey Byer with the serve. Over the net awkwardly. Bedford has to recover. There's a dink shot. They're ready for it. Then Allard with the quick shot over the net gets the point for Bedford. They're up 5-3.
Unlike the other night when we had one of the young ladies had around 100 aces that Bedford was up against. We don't have that on the roster today.
Allard with the quick spike. That's played by Pinkerton. Now Falvey. First shot blocked at the net by number 9, Maddie Andrade. And Astros get the point.
Good attempt to get it up, but hit the net in an odd manner, so it just dropped back down to the floor. An opportunity for one of the Bedford teammates to keep that ball in play.
5-4 is your score. Bulldogs up by 1, but serve to the Astros. Played by Fennessy. It goes way back, and that's going to be a point for the Astros. Fennessy went off her hands and went backwards.
A really hard hit ball.
Lucy Denu serving for the Astros, all tied at 5 apiece here in set number 1. Montgomery to Falvey, and Montgomery ran into Fennessy, threw her off. She couldn't make that third play. She was trying to double arm it across over the net, but that's a point for the Astros. They're up 6-5.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, and that's the first time this entire season I've seen that occur where a point is given away like that.
Denu serves. O'Connell setting up Allard. Well played by Pinkerton. Quick response there. Spiked by Pinkerton, saved by Bedford. Here's O'Connell getting it to Allard, who puts it down, and it's dug out by the Astros. Over the net, shot by Isabel McIntyre, out of bounds.
Obviously, the Bulldogs had the 18-0 run, no losses. I don't think we mentioned yet, Harry, that back on September 20th was when these two teams were head-to-head, and Bedford won that in 3 straight sets.
That out-of-bounds shot gives Bedford the point and the serve. It's all tied at 6 now. Here's a spike from Pinkerton. Well played by Besker. Here's a setup for Allard, blocked at the net. Allard gets a second shot. Astros play that. Spike. Dug out by Bedford, but it hits the ground. Or what's the call here? Is it
net violation?
Net violation on Pinkerton. So Bedford with the point, and they lead 7-6 in set number 1.
Another close game here at Pinkerton.
Pinkerton has to fight to get her over the net. Dug out by Montgomery. And the push by Fennessy from the back line, short, hits their side of the net and gives up the point to the Astros.
It was lucky that Fennessy was there, period, because the ball being set towards the net, it was set backwards by accident.
Now Andrade for Pinkerton. Allard sets it up to Besker. Over to O'Connell. Out.
Just out. Just out.
So the Astros get that point. They're leading 8-7. And Andrade gets the service here.
Like many games, many sports, game of inches, especially when we're on those lines.
Misplayed by Allard, but recovered by Montgomery over the net. Now the Astros put it into the net themselves. Double hit. Point Bedford, 8-8.
Substitution there. Had Kate Allard went out. I couldn't see who came in.
I think it's Mel Gibson. Melanie Gibson, number 7. She serves. Here's the set. McIntyre for...
Nice dig save over the net, and thought that was a double hit. That was strange.
Well played by Gibson. And then Mel McCarthy scores the point with a push over the net.
One, what they call a swing player, young lady that plays both JV and varsity, is up wearing number 4, Carly D'Alessandro.
And that serve goes off the hand of Brooke Little, and the point goes to Bedford. They have a 2-point lead now, 10-8. And Melanie Gibson continues to serve. Here's the set. And into the net, Taylor Nastasi's return gives Bedford the point, 11-8.
I think that's the first 3-point lead by either team at this point.
Gibson serving.
Nice hard serve deep in the backcourt.
Here's the set. McIntyre's spike is blocked at the net, but out of bounds. So point to the Astros. 11-9 now. Bedford leads by 2.
No, that's going to be a point for Bedford, Harry.
Oh, it looked like it was a
net violation.
Return. Okay, net violation on the
although
Astros.
the block went out of bounds, it was net violation on the Astros.
So a 4-point lead now for Bedford.
Very, very quick.
Don McCarthy able to block it at the net.
Double hit by the Astros, giving a point to the Bulldogs. This is a, just real quick note here. We just had a few of these calls where we're watching the game up here. We've got a pretty good view, but it's played so fast. And Harry, I mean, like, I said this the other day, that people have said, Bill, why don't you go ref? You've been involved with volleyball since you were a kid. You coached, you played, you refereed, and everything else. I refereed when I was half my age, Harry. The speed of this, it's so difficult. And, people that are watching probably hitting the replay. Here, we don't have that advantage.
Well, Bill, I'll give you that. And quite honestly, my eyes are not trained for this game, so I'm not sure what to look for. You catch those double hits quicker than I do. So we rely on your expertise to pick up on those nuances. I'm just giving you the overview of what's going on as best I can.
And Harry Kozlowski, I'm not talking to you, Harry. I'm talking to the audience here. I went up to Concord a few weeks ago. Harry got a state award from the New Hampshire Broadcasting Association. Radio broadcasting, the voice of Harry Kozlowski. Everybody knows it. It's a great, great voice you've got, Harry. And
thank you, Bill.
Great experience as well.
There's a spike by the Astros, played by the Bulldogs. And the return, unable to be played by Pinkerton, goes off the hands of the player out of bounds, and the Bulldogs add to their lead. They now have a 14-8 lead here coming out of that timeout. And Gibson continues to serve. That serve is short, but played by the Astros. McIntyre tried to get over the net. Blocked by McCarthy. Another block by the Astros. Now Montgomery sets it up. Spike by Fennessy, and it hits the ground point. Oh, it's going to be a violation on the Bulldogs? What happened there?
I think violation on the spike, she hit the net.
Okay, so it's point Astros, 14-9.
5-point difference. That was a pretty good run for Bedford there.
Montgomery digs that out. McIntyre with the spike. Astros score, 14-10.
Maddie Andrade, I believe, is the one that took that hit. Beat the ball down.
They're crediting McIntyre on the scoreboard, number 12. Yes.
I'm looking down here to see numbers. McIntyre, the third leading spike kill leader on the Astro team, attacks.
Here's O'Connell, misplayed by the Astros. Callie Miller couldn't get the setup, so it's now 15-10 Bedford.
10 points. The first 4 games are played to 25. If we have to go to the 5th, that's shortened to kind of like the PK or something. It's a 15-point lead by 2 to win the thing if we get that far.
Well, libero Isabel Montgomery with the service. Here's the setup. Spike. Way back goes the ball. They have to correct that. Bedford able to get it back over the net. And a great drop shot there by number 15, Price Gooden, Aaliyah Price Gooden.
The difference here between this and the semifinals, Harry, the other night, it seems like Pinkerton is not playing quite as good as they did. They really upped their game to beat Goffstown. And Bedford didn't have the best game, and that's why it went, I think, to 5 sets.
Astros serve. Kara Porter with the honors. Now O'Connell returns it. Nastasi with a great drop right there, unable to be returned by the Bulldogs. And McIntyre credited with that drop shot and cuts the lead the Bulldogs have from 15 to 12. So it's a 3-point lead for the Bulldogs. Porter serves for Bedford. Spiked by the Bulldogs, recovered by Pinkerton, blocked at the net again. Well played there by Audrey Ferland.
And Harry, that's a perfect example of the way the blocks were not working anywhere near as well back in the semifinals that Bedford played. And a combination of things. I think more of the spikes are coming from the center of the court instead of out on the outside.
Spike by the Astros.
Net violation.
For that. Not bet. Okay. Net
Against
violation
Bedford.
called. Another point. Oh, violation on Bedford. So it's back to a 3-point lead, 16-13.
Last year, I knew all the teams playing. We've got some fans here from Concord Christian, I believe, right in front of us. They're probably playing in the next match.
Here's O'Connell setting it up.
Beautiful spike.
Ferland with the spike.
Oh.
Return spike there by Price Gooden. Gives the point to the Astros.
Ferland's spike was good, but not for the point. Gooden slams it down onto the floor. Full power.
Isabel McIntyre serving here for Pinkerton Academy. They trailed by 2, 16-14 in the first set.
Ace service.
Yeah, it misplayed there by Melanie Gibson. She didn't get her two forearms quite level, and the ball goes sideways out of bounds.
Isabel
McIntyre gets the ace.
Isabel McIntyre, that ace. She's the leading ace hitter in regular season, 45 aces for the Astros.
Montgomery gets it for Bedford. Now here's Fennessy over the net. McIntyre. Spike played by the Bulldogs.
Net violation.
Ferland able to get the drop shot there.
Net violation by the Astros side. Point Bedford.
So Bedford gets that point on the violation. Fennessy will serve for the Bulldogs. Here's a setup for the Astros. Andrade gets it over the net. Bedford's ready for that. And there's a spike by Allard. Gets the point cleanly for the Bulldogs.
3-point lead again. Kate Allard.
Fennessy continues the service.
Kate Allard came into this with 123 kills for #1 on the Bedford side this year. Ooh. Oh my gosh.
A little push over the net. Bedford was ready for it though. Andrade, her spike beats the Bulldogs. It hits them and goes backwards. So Andrade gets the point credit there, and the Astros cut the lead by 2. It's 18-16 in the first set.
Isabel Montgomery there with a diving attempt to dig it out.
And a little misplay there at the net for Bedford. Audrey Ferland unable to play that. Astros with the point. It's now a 1-point game, 18-17 in set 1. And Brooke Little will serve for the Astros. Montgomery to O'Connell. Ferland. That's dug out. And pushed back over is Falvey.
Wall was just a little bit too close to the net for the Astros, so the ball, when it went down, the Bedford player at the net was able to tap it down.
That was Falvey, and she gets credit for the point.
Nice hit.
Here's Bayer's serve for Bedford. Set up to Andrade. O'Connell. Falvey. Astros get it back over. McIntyre blocked at the net though by Mel McCarthy. Bedford gets the point. They lead 20-17. 5 more points to take set #1.
Bedford side playing much better, I think, than they did the other night in the semi.
Fire hit that serve into the net, so that's a point for the Astros. 20-18 now.
Harry, you remember any idea how many missed serves like that we had? Bedford side.
Yeah, we had a number, at least half a dozen.
Many.
It's unusual.
Yeah. Just giving those points away like that really hurts the team in a match, especially like this.
Here's the setup. Oh, Allard unable to play that. She kind of looked like she kind of missed the ball on the way up.
I believe what she did is she changed her mind. She saw where the wall was and felt that she couldn't spike it. She would have lost that. So she tried to tap it, and then decision made just a little bit too late.
Jenny with the serve for Pinkerton. Set up for Allard. She dinks it. Pinkerton ready. Andrade. Her return unplayable by Bedford.
Down off the wall and tied?
Tied at 20.
Wow. 20 all.
So Pinkerton able to come back from a three-point deficit here, and they have the serve all tied at 20. Montgomery sets it. There's O'Connell. Foul
violation by Pinkerton gives Bedford a point on that. 21-20. Substitution on the Bedford side.
Yeah, we're going to have Beatrice Besker coming in, and she's going to serve.
Came in for Falvey. Oh, baby, nice serve. Ooh.
Montgomery able to dig that out. Oh, they're going to call what?
Double hit. Double hit.
Double hit.
Double hit. I did not see that. That was odd.
Bulldogs get the point. They lead 22-20.
The Pinkerton fans didn't see it either.
Besker. Service. Oh, it's long. Out of bounds. Point to the Astros. 22-21 now.
Another freebie. Giveaway point there. Yeah, the fans reacted that the same way that I did. I did not see a double hit. And the fans have actually a better view of that area of the court than we do up here where we're positioned because of the referee.
Bulldogs stand the net there. McCarthy gets it over. Here's the setup by McIntyre. Her return out of bounds. Point for the Bulldogs, 23-21.
2 points away from, here we go again, 2 points away from winning the first set.
So Allard steps out. Melanie Gibson comes in for the service. Astros get it. Set. McIntyre over the net.
Montgomery
ready.
Dig save off the hands.
O'Connell with that spike. Pinkerton plays it. Another spike. And what? Violation?
Double hit.
Double hit on the Astros. So 24-21.
And again, there was a little response there from the Pinkerton fans. They didn't like that. Interesting thing. I went down and talked to the referees briefly. We had a little time before we started, and one of them said, are you going to use our names on the air every time we make a mistake? Jokingly, because this is a guy that I've known for a long time. And I said, you know me, of course not. However, truth be told, I will never use the name of any official like that out here on the courts. They work hard. We need more officials in every sport. And this is one of those sports where even if you're not in great shape, you can get out there and you can help. As long as you've got good, quick reactions, you can see.
Good vision. Be able to see what's going on. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, the football playoffs, Division I continue. Just one more contest. It's going to be between Alvern and Concord, played in Hudson at Alvern. And the winner of that is going to advance to play the Bulldogs next Saturday at 1 o'clock. So we'll talk more about football. Those playoffs yet to finish, while these contests are wrapping up in the NHIAA. Bedford service.
Set point here.
Spike off the arm of Melanie Gibson and backwards, and the point goes to the Astros. She couldn't quite get the right angle there.
Yeah, that was a hard hit by the Astro player, Nastasi.
Taylor Nastasi credited with that point for the Astros.
Let's not tell the fans the secret that we've got the names up there on the scoreboard pretty quick.
Oh, that set up there by Besker for McCarthy. Number 9, McCarthy, and Melody played that, so that's a 3 points for the Astros. That was 24-23.
That was a strike 3 and timeout called. I couldn't see which team called the timeout, Harry.
I'm going to assume it would be Bedford after a play like that. I'm sure the coach will want to get everybody back on the same page.
Still the opportunity here in the next point. Win by 2. Could be a 25-23. Or we're going to have a 24-24 tied game in just a matter of seconds. Hey, real quick, I looked at that football bracket, and I saw that wow, Pinkerton won yesterday. It was a Friday night game instead of a game played today.
Right.
I think there's only one game left. I think all the other games were played.
Exactly. All the games got played Friday night except for the Concord.
We got the ball in play. Here we go, and it's going to be
tough for Pinkerton to return this. And no, they don't. Into the net. Bedford wins set number 1, 25-23.
For our radio audience, what happened there was on the serve, ball was hit hard deep, back to the left from our side, back right-hand corner, and then hit further back out of bounds over the end line. And it looked like it would be impossible for an Astro player to bring that back up into the court, period. She got it and actually hit the net, but not over. So 25-23, Bedford in the first set.
The ball just had a backwards momentum, and the Astros were fighting to reverse that as hard as they could. And then finally on the last shot, they got the ball moving forward. Unfortunately, it was not enough to clear the net. So set number 1 is over, and Bedford takes it. They've got the 1-0 lead here in this Division I championship contest.
I haven't seen her here this morning, but oh, there she is. I just spied her. Anna McCann, who was responsible for bringing this program up to where it got. Those 4 years in a row, the 4 victories, and she kept signaling up to us when we were doing their matches the last couple, last year, 4 fingers up, 4. Going for 4. She walked in here during the semifinal, Harry, looked up at me, smiled, and put all 5 fingers up. We were hoping to get her potentially on the air at some point during this match. Probably won't be able to do that. She went after the stellar coaching job she did here. There was an opening, timely, which she accepted. She's now the varsity girls coach at St. A's, building that program up from what is not more of a club team, to be honest with you, and she's going to turn it into a viable, I guarantee you, viable D2 program. I think they're D2.
Anselm does compete at most of their sports at D2, yes.
And just like the way that we have it, Pinkerton, the largest school, and I may have said this the other night, but the smallest 2 schools, Hanover and VG, are competitive in almost every sport, every year after year after year. Bob Royce before this said, that, he said, keep in mind, we can't recruit. And I said, Bob, you don't have to recruit. You have like twice as many students as everybody else does from all over the place.
Yeah, the enrollment at Pinkerton Academy, I believe, is almost double the next largest school, right?
Yeah,
or at least 66%.
They're over 14,000. I don't know if I don't have that number with me.
The enrollment at Pinkerton, I think it's about 3,500. I know it's in the 3,000s.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm talking about voters.
Some
people understand why I said that, being involved in politics, or that is our elections. Harry, you didn't even get it. Harry's looking at me like I'm nuts, and he may be right. A lot of people think I'm nuts, including my wife.
Teams are back on the floor, and they switch sides. Bedford now on the right-hand side, Astros to the left, and they have the serve. Here's Porter. The spike by Fennessy, dug out beautifully by the Astros. And the return by number 14, Molly Jones, off the hands of the Bedford player. And the Astros draw first blood here. They lead 1-0 in the second set.
Yeah, it's no wonder that their facilities are good here in one of the biggest gyms. I don't know if it's the biggest high school gym or not.
Oh, what a great serve by Porter. Bedford had a dive for it. Unfortunately, diving for it didn't allow for a good setup, and the ball goes out of bounds, and the Astros get another point here. They lead 2-0. Porter's serve, played by Furlan, over the net. Astros again. McIntyre, her spike blocked at the net by Furlan.
Perfect block, arms extended up and down. and you can't move them laterally very quickly when the ball's hit at that speed.
Looks like Fennessy got credited with that block, so she gets the point. Bedford trails 2-1. McIntyre tries again, but her spike is long.
Tied up,
out of bounds out of the back of the court, and Bedford will serve once again here. McKenna O'Connell with the honors. There's O'Connell's serve, played by McIntyre. Porter sent it right back to McIntyre. Her drop, played by Montgomery. Fennessy, back to O'Connell. Over the net. This is going to be tough for Pinkerton to play. They can't do it in 3 tries.
Yeah, multiple
point for the Astro.
The ball was just hit a little too hard, and then Pinkerton back line there just could not get the ball under control. So Bedford ahead 3-2, 1-point lead.
O'Connell serving.
Nice deep serve.
Oh, that was
nice.
Really hard to play there. Andrade couldn't get it to go forward, so O'Connell credited with the ace.
O'Connell, the 3rd leading ace queen on the Bedford side. She had 30 in the regular season.
Here's McIntyre. Porter.
Violate.
Oh, a little
double hit.
Double hit on the Astros, so they give up another point. Bulldogs back up by 3, 5-2 here. And O'Connell will continue to serve.
Oh, interesting service there.
A little trouble here for the Bulldogs to get it over the net, but they do. Astros ready for it. McIntyre, her spike saved by Montgomery. There's a drop shot. Scores for Bedford. Want to get the number of the scorer here.
6-2. Bulldogs go ahead. They're mixing up the style of play, the attack from the various touches that you can put on the ball, and
don't see who got
delivering it around the court. Yeah, I couldn't tell either.
Here's the serve.
People.
Bedford, Tennessee, blocked. Montgomery over to Falvey.
Nice.
Over the net. Astros ready. McIntyre. Does that go off the hands of Montgomery? Is that a point for the Astros? I believe it is. Yeah, and McIntyre credited.
Yeah, although
we're there.
Although the ball went out, it was touched, and we had it took 3 officials to get that one called, and I'm pretty sure they made the right call. Good job.
McIntyre serves, dug out by the Bulldogs. Here's Falvey.
Whoa! Oh,
out of bounds. Yeah, a little too long.
Ooh.
Astros with the point. They trail 6-4. McIntyre once again with the serve. Montgomery is served over the net.
Very successful.
Dropped off by Pinkerton. Gets the point. That's Andrade. McIntyre continues to serve. 6-5 Bulldogs lead in the second set. Oh, misplayed there by McIntyre. Her service into the net. So that error gives the point to the Bulldogs.
2 things I've noticed in these late matches, semis in this, more bad serves like that and fewer aces than in prior years.
That was Gooden with the spike. Bedford played it. McIntyre dug that out. Porter to Andrade. Porter again to Andrade. She pushes it over the net. Bedford ready. Little tip shot there by
net violation.
Ferlin, and she will earn herself a net violation.
Bedford still has a 1-point lead here.
The Astros get the service back. Brooke Little, number 2. Ready to serve here. Set. Drop shot by number 26, Falvey. Pinkerton ready for that. Montgomery. To O'Connell. There's the spike. That one goes off the roof. Andrade able to get it back over the net. Second try by the Bulldogs, and this time it's Ferlin with the point.
Nice spike. Yeah, if you're not aware of this, the ball can be played up and hit objects above your side of the court, and you can continue to play it. But if the ball strikes any obstructions up above and goes over the net, that's a dead ball right there, point to the other team.
Blocked by Bedford, but out of bounds.
The lines judge was not sure.
It is out of bounds call, yes.
And they got together and they corrected it. Good work between the chair official, he's the head official, and the linesman on the far left side, signaling to each other using the flag the way that they do that. Very similar to soccer. Anybody knows how the three-man system works in soccer, and the assistant referees need eye contact with that referee sometimes to work together. Good job.
Dennis long, and that goes to the Bedford Bulldogs for that point. 9-7.
Deer in the headlights. Deer in the headlights.
A little too much on that serve.
Yeah, Montgomery was standing there, wasn't sure, and then she pulled away. And nice decision. Quickly made.
So Besker with the serve here for Bedford. And that one misplayed by, I believe it was McIntyre. She tried to get it to go forward. It goes backwards way too far. Huge. Unable to be returned by the Astros.
Great dive trying to dig it out to save it from landing, but it was all the way back into the bleachers, basically.
Besker credited with the serve. Now her second serve goes out of bounds to the far side of the court.
Looking to hit an ace along that right-hand line and could not keep it in. Just went wide.
So
foul ball.
10-8 now. Bulldogs lead, but the Astros have the serve back. Montgomery plays it. O'Connell pushes it over. Dug out. Spike there by number 6, Callie Miller. Earns the point. And it's now a one-point game, 10-9 Bedford.
That was a cross-court shot, if you will. Spike was on the far right near us. Spike down to the left, the other end of the net. Nice place to put it.
Little serve.
That's a strike.
O'Connell spike, played by the Astros. Then here's McIntyre, blocked at the net by number 9, Mel McCarthy. That brings the point back and the serve to Bedford.
And of course, Mel's older sister, Lana, was our superstar for Bedford the last couple of years. And she's off to Purdue, where she is full scholarship playing b-ball.
Melanie Gibson with the serve for Bedford. Here's the setup.
Nice block.
Yep, the Callie Miller tried to spike. Bedford with the block will get the number. It's McCarthy again, number 9.
McCarthy's mom is seated like 4 or 5 rows below us. She's got a big cheerleader. What do you call those things? A shaker?
Pom-pom.
Pom-pom? She's got it twice there for her daughter.
Danu with the setup.
Oh, nice.
Miller plays it. Bedford's ready for that. Here's the drop shot. Bedford digs it out.
Back set. Out of bounds off the block. Point. Bedford.
O'Connell's going to get credit for that. Number 5. So the lead pushed back up to 4, 13-9 here in set number 2. Bedford has a 1-7 lead. Here's Denu.
Carry.
2-hit.
They're calling it 2-hit. Honestly,
number 1 on Denu.
That was a carry. The difference, Harry, two hits is 2 hits. However, you're not allowed to lift the ball, so to speak, have the ball remain in your fingers, your hand. As you move it, it's got to be a single touch. Hey, something mentioned Anna Jack Winship, who has accompanied Anna, and Anna's waving right now. She must have heard me say, I don't know if she's listening to this on radio on an earbud, but Jack Winship and I had something in common. We both played volleyball at UNH as undergrads. It was club back then, and it's still club. But the thing that we had in common not only was the way we played. We're both not that tall. We were setters. We were not spikers. We're not killers. That was not my forte. But Jack and I also had in common aces. We both were not the number 1, but number 2 and number 3 out there on the court over at UNH.
Timeout over. Teams are back.
14 for the Bulldogs. Astros 9. just over halfway towards winning set number 2 for the Bulldogs.
Bedford with the service. Denu setting up Miller. She gets it over the net. Bedford ready there. There's Fennessy. Her spike is blocked. And the point goes to the Astros. 14-10 now the score.
The gym's starting to fill up with the next final coming up after this is over.
A little misplay at the net by the Bulldogs. The setup hits the top of the net.
Double hit, Harry.
Double hit, okay.
Double hit again, yeah. It looked like that as well, but you're right.
Well, my perspective is blocked by the official there a little bit, so I can't see everything that's happening at the net. So it's served by the Astros. Now Fennessy's going to get a chance again. That's blocked. Gooden. Her return serve is blocked.
Fennessy the block?
Fennessy, I believe, got her hand on that. So Bedford gets the point back, 15-11.
Yeah, the table's having a hard time as well, seeing who's doing this. They've been consistent in the past, but this morning, they're not able to pick up the players either. It's happening so quickly.
So Montgomery with the service for Bedford, but the setup ace by Andrade goes out of bounds, unable to be played by Denu. Point Bedford, 16-11 now in set number 2.
Yeah, it was a nice service, far left side.
Montgomery serves again. Denu setting up good. No, it's McIntyre. Another block by Bedford.
Net violation.
Net violation. So the point goes to the Astros, or sorry, to Bedford, 17-11. And Montgomery continues to serve here.
Astros coach there telling his girls to use a little different setup.
And that time McIntyre spike blocked at the net, but the ball falls on Bedford's side, so McIntyre scores the point for Pinkerton, and they get the serve back. They trail by 5, 17-12.
Gymnasium now on our side. The large section of bleachers is almost full right now. We're probably getting up to 500-600 people here.
Here's a spike by the Bulldogs, and it was effective.
Unplayable. Pinkerton player, first player got it up, but the second one, a diving effort, could not get under it, keep it in play, 18-12.
Yeah, Andrade got it by her feet, and she couldn't get enough lift on that ball. So here's the service for Bedford. Andrade plays it.
Nice set.
McIntyre spike. Bedford ready.
Back set.
O'Connell. Spike and score for the Bulldogs. It was number 26, Violet Falvey, getting credit for that.
Bedford is doing a really good job at using that back set. Pinkerton is not reacting quickly enough to the ball being changed direction there. It's like
O'Connell serves,
the field
and the setup unable to be played there by Denu. McIntyre tried to set it up for her. Point for the Bulldogs. It's an 8-point lead, 20-12, and I'm not surprised the Astros decided to call timeout here, try to regroup.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, like you said, Harry, the chair official blocks the view of a lot of the fans on this side, but the way that Pinkerton's set up, they've got a beautiful table down there, section for the officials and scorekeepers, etc. However, the official's got to be, the chair official is always across from the teams, so to set up the way they do it here, there's no choice. This is the only way they can do it. They can't change it.
Well, we have the time here. Quick note about boys soccer. The championship is this afternoon, 3:15, being played at Memorial High School in Manchester against the Exeter Bluehawks, right?
One versus 2.
Bedford 1, Exeter number 2, and we're going to have that game live on radio, on video delay on BC TV.
The only difference between the two regular season records was one more tie. At the end of the season, I think it was Londonderry that pulled off a tying upset against Exeter.
And that play unable to be returned by the Bulldogs. And the point goes to the Astros. It's 20-13 now. Porter credited with that point. Kara Porter, number 7. So the Astros with the service back. This is McIntyre.
Nice serve.
Dug out by Montgomery over the net. Gooden over to Jones. Bedford ready. Fennessy spike played by the Astros.
Nice.
Drop shot by Pinkerton. Bedford with a drop. Oh, great dig there. Astros get that return. Spike by Fennessy. Dug out. Kept alive by the Astros, but they couldn't get it over the net, and Bedford gets the point. Wow, that was a great volley.
Yeah, the spike couldn't be played cleanly by the Astros, and it went actually, that second contact was not only off the court, which is totally legal, but it was almost behind the scorer's table.
Yeah, they had to really dig that out.
Great effort. Great effort on her part to attempt to get that ball.
Fennessy serves. Astros over the net. Andrade sends it long. A great decision there by Fennessy to duck out of the way of that one. That was really close, but she chose wisely. It was out of bounds. And
in the semifinals, Bedford made a number of decisions that went against them. This morning, they're making better decisions all over the court.
Fennessy serves. Porter over to Gooden over the net. Montgomery for Bedford. Allard, her block, her spike is blocked.
Perfect wall, hitting the ball down, even though the spike was virtually perfect. That's where you can't hit it into the wall. When they get up like that, you got to adjust.
Aaliyah Gooden with the credit there for the Astros. So the score 22-14. Bulldogs ahead, but the serve by the Astros. That was inbounds.
We jinxed them, Harry. We jinxed them.
Ace by Brooke Little.
Yep, bad decision there to let that one fall to the ground. 22-15.
Little with the serve again. Montgomery. O'Connell sets it up. Allard, her spike couldn't be controlled by McIntyre. Bedford with the point.
Wound up, delivered her fastball right down the middle of the plate. Unplayable by the Astros side.
Here's Bayer. Number 14, Aubrey Bayer. Miller sets it up for Brooke Little.
Off the wall and down.
Yep, so the credit there to Andrade for the point, number 9. So the Astros still alive. 23-16, they trail by 7.
Gnu just entered the match. Couldn't tell who went out.
This is Deno with the service for the Astros. Montgomery pushes it up. O'Connell setting up for Allard.
Off the fingertips of the block.
Played by the Astros. Andrade with the drop shot. Out of bounds. Point for the Bulldogs. It's 24-16, 1 point away from a second set victory.
Beskar serving again. Beskar not one of the leading ace servers, but you don't need to have a lot of aces to get the winning point. Here we go.
Astros play it. Set up to Andrade. Bedford ready. Besker setting up. Howard with the drop shot for the win. 25-16. Bedford takes set 2.
Pom-poms. Pom-poms are in the air all over here. Bedford players on their feet cheering on. 2-0. This point, again, remember, regular season, it was a 3-0 win for Bedford.
So the teams will change sides, and we'll have set number 3 coming up in about 2.5 minutes. Let's take a little time to talk about that contest at 3 o'clock, 3:15 this afternoon. It's the Boys Soccer Championships. It's going to be against Exeter and Bedford, 1 versus 2. What do you see going into that contest?
Well, I'll tell you, got a couple factors. You've got 2 teams that are well balanced, offense and defense. Both teams have excellent goalkeeping. If there's a difference, what Bedford has is a number of players that work together in an incredible fashion out there to control the ball. In the semifinal, we counted a couple times where Bedford was able to get 15 to 20 consecutive passes, controlling the ball at midfield. Then when they bring it in, they've got a slew of players that can put the ball in the back of the net. The difference there is that it's hard to mark any one person and try to prevent that person. Exeter, on the other hand, has a player, I don't know his last name, Max. Max, I believe, is the leading scorer in the state. He came into the playoffs with 60 regular season goals, more than anyone else. So we've got a bunch of guys on the Bedford team that are great at working together, attacking. Exeter, very well coached. Coach Dan Curran out there has done a fabulous job the last 2 years. Should be a really, really, I think, a close match. And Harry, they didn't play in regular season, which makes this even, I don't know, bigger in a way.
Yeah, because the teams really don't know each other from the season. So yeah,
not from the season, Harry, but a lot of these players actually play together or play each other in the other, the other soccer around the state.
Yeah, in the junior programs
and whatnot,
club programs. Yeah. And Bill Klein, you're going to have that call for us?
I am.
Along with Corey Munster-Tiger at 3:15 today. That's going to be on Bedford 105.1 Radio live, and BCTV will have the video that we'll be able to play for you in a day or two after of course, the Federation gets they get the live video rights to these NHIAA games, which are available on pay-per-view. It is
dollars and cents. Yep.
There is a fee involved there, so if you want to see live, you can go to the NHFS.
Hey,
and FHS.
And Harry, like I've mentioned a couple times, both Pinkerton and Bedford, a lot of games now. Shout out to our team, including Colleen Richardson, Bill Jennings, Andrew Fenn, who are putting in a lot of time this fall covering all of these semis, finals, and on the regular season.
Playoff
next
time.
Saturday too, or Friday or Saturday.
It's going to be Saturday. Playoff times is our busy time for sure here at BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Okay,
here we go.
Ready to go. Set number 3, Bedford with the serve. That's played by Andrade. A spike into the net by Callie Miller gives Bulldogs the 1-0 lead.
It's 25 points, but I've always felt that first point can be critical. You have the break, you get out there, you want to score that point.
O'Connell's serve. There's Miller.
Into the net.
Violation on Pinkerton.
Into the net in more ways than one. Not only the ball, but the players.
So O'Connell serving again.
Nice serve.
Set up a little bit low, but they recover. Pinkerton does over the net. Montgomery to O'Connell. Here's the setup. Falvey, a drop shot that the Astros can't handle, and it'll be Bedford's point.
Taylor Nastasi made a great effort to get to that ball, which was probably landed as much as 10 feet out of bounds, but she did get under it, played it back into the court, but not high enough for another player to keep it going.
Bedford on a 3-0 run here. O'Connell serving, and it's a little short. Goes into the net. Bedford loses the point.
Jump serves are very effective if you execute them, just like a set or spike, whatnot. You get up in the air, you have to be in the right position, and she was just a little off balance as she took off.
And we're seeing Carolyn McElhaney in the game for the first time for Pinkerton. She is wearing the red libero jersey, and good play there by the Astros. Bedford unable to return that. 3-2 now. Bulldogs lead by 1, but the Astros get the point.
Both teams, like I've said, they're mixing it up. You get the hard hit, and then you get the little dink, drop shots over the net. Exciting match.
McElhaney serving again for the Astros. Line drive. McCarthy, her return goes into the net. They tried to salvage it. They can't. Astros get that point. It's all tied at 3.
Yeah, that serve was hard and a little high for McCarthy to be able to get it under control. She two-arm bump to try to get it up, but she couldn't do it. It's a little too hard.
Here's O'Connor.
In.
It was in. Oh, wow. That Falvey's drop shot went long. I thought that was heading for the out of bounds, but it caught the line.
If there's anything about this facility that is not perfect, it's the positioning of this court with that two-tone dark wood.
Right, it's so hard to see the red line, the red out of bounds line in that dark shaded wood.
Oh, nice
so
serve.
Served by Bedford. Return inbounds there by the Astros. They get it, and they tie it up at 4. And that was Jones getting the point there.
Very nice serve by Jones. Look, right in that back corner where we're talking about, where the red is just not bright enough or something. I don't know.
Brooke Little, her serve. Montgomery sets it up to O'Connell, and Falvey gets it over the net. Astros play it. Good dig,
nice
there by Bedford.
Save.
Montgomery's got to get it over. She does.
Deep into the backcourt of Astros.
Andrade over the net. Montgomery. Fennessy a little short into the net. That's going to be the Astros point. She tried to one-hand it overhand. Didn't get enough on it.
Yeah, I think she wasn't trying to hit it hard. Played that almost like the libero who cannot spike and hit the ball over the height of the net. But she's not the libero. Let it go. It would have been out of bounds.
Tennessee plays that.
That's going to be Bedford. Oh, it didn't hit the ceiling.
No, that stayed in bounds. Now Allard with the spike.
Nice spike.
Dug out there by McElhaney. Andrade.
Perfect.
Her spike blocked, and Bedford with the point.
Perfect block on that. Two-player block. Positioned perfectly.
So Bedford ties it up now, 5 apiece. And Thayer, with the serve, number 14. And she puts that into the net. Unforced error.
Astros now with a lead, 6-5. In the third set.
Bulldogs have a 2-0 lead here, trying to sweep the Astros and earn their 5th NHIAA title in a row. But the Astros are still alive. The serve. Montgomery has to dig that out. And Mel McCarthy gets it over the net. Here's the set. Andrade with the push. O'Connell to Montgomery to Allard. And that's long, out of bounds. Point Astros.
Now it's a 2-point lead, 7-5.
Lucy Deno serving for the Astros with the 2-point lead. Montgomery down low to get that. O'Connell to Falvey. Played at the net, blocked. And now McCarthy with the spike off the hands of the libero. McElhaney and out of bounds. Bedford scores.
It looked to me like it could have been a double hit there.
McElhaney looks injured.
Inside.
And he's going to be helped off the floor.
Some of the fans reacted the same way that I did. I think it was Mrs. McCarthy that stood immediately up. He was looking for a double hit call when the ball was played back off the net there. I don't think it hit a Bedford player on the other side.
So McElhaney coming in here into this third set, her playing time curtailed by an injury to her leg, and they're working on her right now. Now Bedford's got the serve back. Besker gets it to Miller. McIntyre over the net. Bedford with the spike in, and O'Connell gets that spike inbounds. So Bedford ties at 7-7 here in set number 3.
Many of these girls that are on the court are going to be playing basketball for both schools. Practices and whatnot start up very shortly, right after this season.
Besker with the serve. Set up by Andrade. Over the net. Montgomery. Drop shot by O'Connell. Astros ready for that. Block at the net by Bedford. I believe that was O'Connell getting the hands up, getting the wall up. Point Bedford, 8-7 now. They get the lead back. Besker continues to serve.
Nice deep serve.
Oh,
ace.
It was an ace. Too low for Brooke Little to get enough under it. She puts it into the net. Astros unable to return, and Bedford with the point, 9-7.
Once again, Bedford's leading server, regular season, most aces, showing her skills, and another ace. Wow.
This time Little, her return attempt goes sideways, into the scorers table. Besker credit with another ace.
Girls high school volleyball, the speed of the ball for spikes can be 70, 80 miles an hour. Double hit, I believe. Yep. That double hit they got. Thank you very much.
And it looks like Besker is focusing on getting the ball that served to Little to make her play it every time.
Yes, she is.
Let's see if she does it again.
She does.
It goes to Little. Little this time plays it well over to McIntyre, and she gets the point off the arm of McCarthy.
3 points.
Correction, that was Miller. Callie Miller getting the spike there.
11-8. And again, that's something else, like I've said, that this in this playoffs, we've seen very few players serve more than 3 consecutive points.
Andrade serves. Here's Bedford. McCarthy, her spike into her side of the net.
That was the set itself. She expected the set to be higher. It was a little too low for her to spike, and she couldn't react, do anything different. She didn't have the time.
Andrade serve. Allard off her arm.
Ace, not really the best ace, but it is an ace.
That goes out of bounds, and Andrade with the ace. She gets another crack at the ball here. Astros trail 11-10 here in set number 3. Oh, another great serve that goes backwards off the arm of Allard. So another ace for Andrade, and that ties the game at 10.
Little pressure on both
11,
teams.
tied at 11.
More pressure, obviously, on the Astros squad here.
Yeah, it's do or die in this set. The Astros have to win to keep it going. Andrade, low serve played by Montgomery back over the net. Here's a spike and a block at the net.
Nice dig.
Point goes to the Astros.
Awesome dig there on that to keep that ball in play. And that
I think that was
that short
Melody
serve.
McCarthy with the credit there.
Yes. Yep.
So Bedford with the lead back, 12-11, and Melanie Gibson will serve here for the Bulldogs. Played by the Astros. Here's the set. Drop shot. No. Unable to be returned by Bedford. Low ball. Astros get it back. They tie 12-12.
And that Pinkerton ball that just cleared the net. Again, mixing that up with the different speed shots, the different players, and looking for the weak points.
Callie Miller now for the Astros.
When they watched the game earlier this week, they saw that
Fennessy spike long for Bedford. Astros score.
Didn't touch the block. Astros up by 1 now.
13-12 now. Callie Miller serving again. Montgomery.
Two-hand push. Nice set over the net.
With the point there for Bedford.
Ties it back up.
So McCarthy will take a seat on the bench. Also Aubrey Byer. And Montgomery will serve here for Bedford.
Violation.
Double hit?
No. A court violation on the positioning of the players. Pinkerton were not in the correct spots. I couldn't tell who it was, but the floor official made that call. 14-13 Bedford.
Montgomery serves. Here's the setup for McIntyre.
Another violation net.
That's got to be on Bedford.
Yep.
So tied up 14 each.
Wow. Hey, you very, very seldom see those position errors made. It's not that complicated. However, the floor referee, that's her, in this case, it is her. We have one female out of the 4 officials. She caught that
over the net by Bedford, played by the Astros.
Nice block.
Another block.
And now
the block at the net there. Trying to get the number. It was number 1 Fennessy who gets credit for that. So 15-14 Bulldogs. They get the service back. It will be O'Connell.
Remember, Pinkerton has yet to win a state championship in girls volleyball. Probably have championships in almost every other sport. Ooh.
Oh, wow. Bad setup there. It was Nastasi. Didn't get it high enough. Gooden actually tried to play it with her leg. I don't know if that counts.
Well, you can play it off of any part of your body at all, except that the problem with that serve was it was like neck level. When you get it at that level, very, very difficult decision to make. How am I going to play this? She did it right that time.
Here's the setup. Push by Falvey over the net. And a block there. Astros.
Oh, no.
Spike
Oh, no.
and unplayed, unable to be played. Gibson went off her arm. Astros get the point. It's Bulldogs 16, Pinkerton Academy 15. Nastasi gets credit for that.
Looked like the ball appeared to possibly be going out, and
no, it looked like Gibson had to play that. She was well in bounds and made contact with her. So the Astros serving here.
Down 1 point.
Set up there by O'Connell. Great block by the Astros.
Got to go over.
Montgomery over the net. Set up for Gooden. Spike. And off the hands of number 5, O'Connell. Ties it up. Gooden with the score there. And the Astros with the serve and the score tied at 16.
Gooden, of course, the leading attack player, 167.
Here's Montgomery. Falvey over the net. Porter.
Nice
Montgomery
save.
saves that. Bedford's got to get it back over the net. They do. Good dig there. Fennessy with the drop shot. Astros have to get it over the net. Fennessy setting up to O'Connell. Falvey spike. Played by the Astros. This is a long volley. Montgomery for Bedford. Over to Fennessy. And it's inbounds.
Fennessy gets the kill to end that long rally. Haven't had that many long rallies. Perfectly placed. Impossible for any player on the Pinkerton side to get to that ball. 1 point.
Fennessy gets the
8
credit
points
there.
away for.
And Fennessy will serve. Like you said, 8 points away from the state title.
Nice serve.
Good dig out though, very low.
Touchdown.
Falvey with the touch, and she gets the point. Astros not able to return. 2 point lead for Bulldogs, 18-16. Here's Fennessy again.
Fennessy, number 2 in the record book this year for aces. Another good serve.
Good setup. Andrade.
Beautiful
Return.
spike.
Fennessy could not get it forward with her play. It goes out of bounds, and the Astros get the point. They trail 18-17.
Deep, full arm swing, power behind that ball. Perfectly placed to these away from the wall.
Brooke Little serving for the Astros. Montgomery with the initial hit. O'Connell with the set. Falvey with the spike. Dug out by the Astros. Here's Andrade with a push. Montgomery in position. Here's Allard with the drop shot. Astros have to get it over here. They can't. Point for the Bulldogs.
Looks like Bedford is targeting a couple players in weak areas that they feel are weak out there on the court, and they're doing that extremely successfully. Back a couple nights ago, they weren't doing that as well as they are here today.
Here's Byers' serve. Porter plays it for the Astros. And then, let's see what the call is here. Everybody's waiting for the decision. Was it a net violation? The Astros could not get the ball back over.
It looked to me like it dropped straight down, and it should be a point for Bedford.
Molly Jones couldn't play that, so the officials here talking it over. Bringing them all in for this discussion.
And they can make a decision here for a point replay. It's not done very often, but we saw it a couple times in the season. It is point to Bedford.
They're going to award Bedford the point.
I'm pretty sure that's Todd Royce is going to go over and speak to the floor official to get clarification of what it was that went on, and he's satisfied. Okay, thank you. Maybe. Not sure of the body language, but he was agreeing and saying, all right, all right.
There's Bayer's serve.
He's a class act.
Played by Andrade. Push there by Miller, but
Nice
Bedford
big
ready
save.
for it. Falvey over the net. Dug out by the Astros. Double hit called?
net violation.
Net violation on the Astros.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
21-17. Bedford 4 points away from a state title. They're 5th in a row if they can pull this off. Beyer serve. Dug out by the Astros. Here's the setup. Miller blocked. Allard, either Allard or McCarthy getting their hand up on that.
I think Allard.
Allard is credited with the block.
Up over the net, arms extended, downward just enough.
22-17, Bulldogs with the lead, 3 points away.
You know, no surprise if you look back over the season that Bedford's had, that they, you know, the very few, they lose 4 games the entire season, and they play 18 matches. I mean, that's incredible. And they beat this team not too long ago, 3-0.
And they're on the verge of doing it again.
Now I'm going to jump ahead here. Whatever happens, there's quite a few seniors. I don't know the exact number, but there are quite a few seniors on the Bedford side. Next year, our first-year coach here, she was a coach up at Stark, John Stark High School prior to this. That's when she'll show her skills. What can she keep this going?
Play resumed. There's double hit on Miller for the Astros. Bulldogs get that point. It's 23-17, 2 points away now. And Beyer serving for Bedford. Played by the Astros. Porter with the setup. Bedford ready for it. Back over the net. Astros to Andrade. Bedford ready. Fennessy over the net. This one's going backwards. Can the Astros get it forward again? They do. Andrade gets it back over the net. Here's O'Connell with the setup.
Fennessy.
Allard with the spike.
Sorry, Allard, yes.
Back over the net. Here's another chance for Bedford. McCarthy spike. Hits the ground. Bedford point. 24-17. 1 more point to go.
Half the Bedford fans are now on their feet. Timeout called.
I believe it's the Astros this time, trying to forestall the what could be coming just a point away.
Game, set, match, and state championship
this is
on
like,
the line.
This is like baseball. It's not over till it's over, but
that is
you're
so
down.
true.
You're down to your last strike. The Astros are.
One of the nice differences is the way that basketball is finished, as we've done a couple times, is we play that 5th set to 15, and that's it. There's no shootout, no extra innings. All the officials and the camera crew can go home too.
Okay, here we go. Game on the line here. Title on the line. Beyer with the service. Here's the setup by Porter. Miller spike, and the Astros stay alive.
18-24. After beating Goffstown the way that they did, I wouldn't be surprised to see these Astros pull some sort of a bit of a comeback, or maybe
Lucy Denu here with the service. You know, the Astros have no margin for error here. They've got to score points. They've got to come back. O'Connell set it up for Falvey. Blocked at the net. Another point for the Astros.
2 points after taking that timeout.
Miller with the credit for the block. 24-19. Astros down 5. They have to score 7 in a row to stay alive. Here's Montgomery. O'Connell set up. Allard, and that's going to do it. Bulldogs, champions, 5 straight years in a row. Win 101 in a row.
5 state championships in a row in a sport that is so difficult. Absolutely amazing, Harry. Congratulations to both of these teams. Pinkerton, it was coming back there, like you said, do or die. They couldn't make a mistake. They had to have, like you said, 7 points consecutive. One mistake on a point giveaway, and it's Bedford's championship. Another awesome, incredible, undefeated season. And what was that game number? Consecutive wins?
It's the 101st win in a row
101
for this team.
Consecutive.
You know, the amazing thing about Bedford is, you know, teams go into slumps. They never slump. Their slumps are within a game, and they're able to shake out of it.
We're going to continue to coverage this part, the championship.
The awarding of the medals, but we're gonna sign off for radio. Bill Klein, thank you very much for working with me.
Going.
Appreciate it. You've got a tremendous knowledge of the game. So Bedford 3 sets in a row with the win, 25-23. 25-16 and 25-18. That is your final.
And one of the things that
we're going to come back.
Bring up. We're not done, Harry.
Oh, for radio?
No,
I know for TV, but for radio we're signing off.
Okay.
But come back for radio at 3:15 this afternoon for boys soccer here on Bedford 105 Radio. So long, everybody.
Thanks, Harry. So what I just wanted to bring up was that the longest state championship run is now for girls volleyball is held by Bedford. However, a very small number of teams are playing boys volleyball, which is a spring sport, and the longest state championship in volleyball, period. The boys have Salem, a 10 consecutive win.
And you're right, because I was covering the Salem team for the Union Leader, and I remember that they were just unbeatable for a decade.
And the interesting thing is, again, that just like Bedford and Pinkerton, although they have a lot of good sports, Pinkerton boys only got to one final, and they lost. Sorry, folks. Hopefully you didn't pick that up.
So teams are getting ready to receive their awards. The Astros really had a fantastic season. They upset number 2 seed Goffstown with a really memorable come-from-behind win. They were down 2-0. They were able to win 3-2 and earn their way into this game. But the Bulldogs, who are not used to losing sets, much less games. They haven't lost a game in 101 matches in a row.
We've got.
They had their hands full against BG, but they took care of business here, 3-0.
The first-year coach here for Bedford out of. Not exact. I can't remember where she's from. Down in Connecticut. She played college basketball. I believe she will probably end up at some point in the very near future joining Kevin Gibbs' team, coaching girls JV. I'm not sure if it's going to be this season or not, but Naomi Riscotti, who took over for Anna, and like I said earlier, Anna is here and developed this team. Great relationship with the players. Got to know her quite well, and one of the coaches that I have to say, I've got 100% respect for. Likewise, on the other side, Todd Royce, who's accepting handing out the runner-up medals right now to his team. Father Bob, Bob Royce, not Father Bob as in priest, like anybody knows Bob O'Dearna, official in many sports, well-known guy throughout the state in New England. But some of these girls, this is their last game, and I don't know how many might go on and play, but I'm not going to give any secrets because I don't know if it's public information, but at least one of these Bedford seniors will be playing for Anna at St. A's next year after she graduates. That'll be exciting. You hear can see the delight in having gotten these runner-up awards. It's only their third one in state school history, and like we've said, they're by far the largest school in the state period. And here we begin the awards.
And now the Bulldogs receiving their championship medals. Madeline Fennessy, number 1. Number 4, Carly Del Sandro.
She's a swing player, came up, and probably one of the key players for next season. Good to get her a little bit of time here in the championship pressure.
McKenna O'Connell, number 5. Yeah, we didn't see Del Sandro in this game, but you're right. She's probably going to be a key player going into next year.
Just being with the team.
Number 6, do you have her name?
No, I wonder if she changed jerseys, or I guess she was
We'll get that
she must
for
be
you
a
just a
swing
moment.
player as well. Yeah.
Melanie Gibson, number 7. Number 8, Eva Zink.
Chris Pappas was here at the semis. I didn't see him here tonight.
Melanie McCarthy, number 9. Number 6 is Yuna Kambani. We did not see her much today.
She had a couple good hits in
Number
the
6,
semi.
Abigail Detcher.
Abigail Detcher.
Audrey Ferlin, number 12. Aubrey Byer, number 14.
Do you have the class? You do have the class. How many seniors do we have?
Number 17, Isabel Montgomery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I was going to guess 8, but not
Number
sure.
21, Isabella Landis. Number 22, Beatrice Besker.
Next player, one of the most outstanding players in the state.
Kate Allard, number 23. Big game for her today. She had the winning spike. And Violet Falvey, number 26. Those are your 5-time champion Bedford Bulldogs.
And captains.
They will take the plaque and hold it high.
O'Connell and Beskar. And a celebration.
Great to see.
Absolutely. And Mark Deutsch, one of the assistant coaches over there. Paul, you can't miss him. He's a volleyball player as well. He was part of that team with Anna. Corey Parker, the AD, out there with the team right now as well, getting some photos taken. And I think that's Donna. Yeah, that's Donna. I think her last name is Sitek. I'm not positive. From the NHIAA, who was part of that award ceremony, and in between the coach and the AD. But one of the things I love about volleyball is the fact it's a lifetime sport. You can play it when you're little. You can play it when you're older. You can play it competitively in different ways. You can pick it up on the beach. When you're working, in your working years, you can be someplace and corporate events, and they'll get a volleyball game going and have a lot of fun. Folks, it has been a fantastic season, and on behalf of Andrew Fenn, Bill Jennings,
And
Harry
Bill Klein.
Kozlowski.
Bill Klein.
Thank you, Harry.
Color, thank you.
Hey, it's been a fantastic season. Sorry this is coming to the end. At least for volleyball this afternoon, we do have one more season game left outside on the field, 3:15 boys soccer, and then on the either Friday or Saturday, 15th or 16th.
Football is definitely on Saturday, 1 o'clock next week. We'll talk to you more about that.
Yep.
But again, we're going to wrap things up. So long from Hackler Fieldhouse, sorry about that, here at Pinkerton Academy.